Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/bloodyhappyhour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
What's this podcast called?
This is your Bloody Happy Hour where we talk about bloody things or true crime and both. And we drink happy hour drinks and we make inappropriate jokes.
Yep.
So
get ready.
If you're easily offended,
goodbye.
Bye. If you want to hear the funniest, no, we just like to have like jokes whenever we're talking about this awful stuff.
Yeah.
You got to have some humor.
Yeah.
So, if you're trying to be real serious, sorry,
because this is not it.
This is not it. But we are staying in Texas.
Yeah, and this is our full episode where I'm going to tell you just one full story with all the details. This is where we do a semi-deep dive. Every once in a while, we'll do a deeper dive where you may get an extra long episode or multiple parts. Caroline's being blinded, so she can't look at me right now. But I got a good story, and I don't want to even tell you like what type of story it is. I want to see if you're in the FBI yet, and you can come to your.
I tend to lose my FBI card if I'm not like if I have like another vodka, then I would be like based on it. FBI. Like I would be wearing a jacket.
Well, this may bring back some memories of former stories.
Jackets.
Yes, we should. This will bring back memories of some of the former stories, so maybe it'll like help you. It'll spark some thinking, some profiling. Okay. Some investigation thinking.
I'm gonna work on my skills and my critical thinking skills.
That's asking a whole lot.
That was really a lot. I mean, if it was earlier in the morning, for sure, but it's a little later in the day, so.
So I just my paper bag fell. We're really also real classy, and sometimes we drink out of paper bags.
Yeah.
So there's the sound effects. I have just finished my Modelo, or almost, ranch water, Mexican lime, and it's my new favorite.
It is really good.
It's 100% blue agave.
Oh, versus
a regular agave. Blue agave is what you want your tequila made out of, and where you won't have like the hangover So you always want agave azul.
How do you just look on the ingredients?
It'll say.
Okay, pro
100%
tip. Tell
agave.
people on your tequila.
On
when
your
you buy
tequila,
it,
you want it to say 100% agave, but if it says 100% blue agave, that's how tequila started, is from the blue agave in Tequila, Mexico. Do you know there's a town in Mexico called Tequila, and that's how tequila
I'm
originated?
learning so much right now.
So if you drink the blue agave, no headaches, no hangovers, very clean. When it says 100% agave, that might be like a mix of different agaves, different type of cactus, which it'll still
Agave is a cactus?
a type of. Yeah, what is that? I mean, you squeeze it from the cactus.
So okay, kind of like aloe vera.
Yeah,
So it's agave.
yeah, I think.
We are so smart.
Well, I did take a tequila class while I was in Mexico.
Of course you
a
did.
tequila tasting.
I am so proud of you.
Okay, so there's your one thing you will learn today. Can we go to Sugarland, Texas? Near
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Have
we
you
can.
ever been?
I have.
Okay,
Did we go? I'm sure we did camp stuff there.
maybe,
Like
Yeah.
a total transformation.
probably.
So I'm
somewhere
sure
in
I've been
Houston
there.
area.
Yeah.
It
Very
is
familiar.
a very nice area of
Yes.
Houston, like
Yes,
well-to-do.
well-to-do.
Yes. The median income is like what?
Very
No,
demure.
the average income is
Very
like
mindful.
yeah, higher there than anywhere else. It's very demure.
Very demure. Very mindful.
Okay, so let's meet the Whitaker family.
Are they very demure? Now
They
that I
are.
remembered to say that, I'm going to say it the whole episode. Every time I say demure,
Take a drink.
Is it demure?
Demure.
Demure. Very demure.
Very
Very
demure.
mindful.
Sources are Oxygen, CBS News, Oprah Winfrey Network. So,
Okay.
meet the Whitaker family. This family was an all-American, great family. They lived in Sugarland, Texas. Dad's name was Kent Whitaker, and he owned a big construction company that did most of the major building construction there. And then Mama was Patricia Whitaker. She was an elementary school teacher.
Oh.
Okay, so Dad made the money. Though she was a great teacher, what she loved most was being a mom. She had they had two boys. They made great money. They lived in a very, very nice neighborhood. The oldest boy's name was Bart Whitaker. Bart actually attended Baylor University. And then later transferred to Sam Houston State University in Conroe. Is it in Conroe?
I just know it's like in Houston.
Down the
so
road,
It probably is Conroe. I don't know.
I was writing this story about Sam Houston State University when I was watching the Sam Houston State football game last night. Yeah.
I did see that on. I saw the claw.
Yes. Yeah.
But I was watching something else.
Bearcats. So, he later moved to Sam Houston State University. He was smart and he was witty and he got good grades. He was in high school when he was in high school and in college.
But this is the guy that went to Baylor for a little bit?
Yeah, Bart. So he went to Baylor for a little bit and then eventually transferred and went to state school.
Okay.
Probably because it was less
His
expensive.
parents did not work at Baylor, so he did not go. Stay.
Yes. There's also a younger son named Kevin. He was about to attend, or he was attending Texas A&M University at the time of the story.
Okay.
Kevin was sweet. He was very giving. He always made sure everyone was taken care of, and he was very, very selfless. He was worried about everybody else before himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, great all-American family. Like, the kids are in college. They're smart. They're selfless. It's
Mom's a
nothing
teacher.
can go wrong.
I mean,
Dad
Dad's in
owns a
construction
big
or
construction company.
whatever you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong until it
No.
does
Oh,
on December
no.
10th, 2003.
Oh, no.
Bart, who is the oldest, called up his family and he was like, okay, the time is here. I'm about to graduate college. And
I have not even been in college.
Huh? You've never been to college?
No, I'm guessing what he's going to say. Actually, I haven't even been in college this whole time.
as I'm going to go to college, like I'm going to graduate, and he's like, let's all go to dinner and celebrate. And they would have family dinners from time to time. So they all went to Pappadeaux restaurant.
Is that even still a restaurant?
It is still a restaurant.
Okay.
Dad was so excited for Bart that he got him an early graduation gift, and it was a Rolex watch.
Oh,
Put this behind you.
It is.
This?
I need to stop. I'm just poking on it.
Oh.
If there's a chiropractor out there, just call.
Caroline's
Email us.
Paralyzed right now. So he bought him a like that is.
What are those, like $50,000 or something?
Back then it was a little bit cheaper. I think it said it was like a $14,000 Rolex watch. So maybe it was
That's super cheap.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I'm actually embarrassed.
Dinner was so great. The food was good. And they all decided to go back to the family home in Sugarland and just hang out for the rest of the evening. So they weren't done. Kevin had his own place. Bart had his own place, but they were going back home. So they pull up to the house, and everybody gets out, and they get ready to head in. But Bart actually forgets something in his car. So Bart's like, okay, y'all go ahead. Here I come. I'm going to get so-and-so out of my car. And so Kevin is the first one in the house, and he unlocks the door, and he goes in, and all you hear is gunshots. Somebody from inside the house is shooting Kevin in the chest, and Kevin goes down. And it happened so quick. Mom was right after Kevin, so Mom comes in, and she is shot in the chest, and she goes down. Dad has had a little bit of time to register, Kent. He's had a little bit of time to register, so he doesn't walk right in, but he is like, oh my God, my kid and my wife, and he tries to peek around the door, like through the front hallway, and this shooter must have been really good because he gets shot in the chest as well, and he goes down like on the front porch entry area.
Sharpshooter.
So now you got Bart that was at his car
with his Rolex,
and here's the gunshot. So he runs in after his family, and he sees the shooter. Okay, and he decides to tackle and fight the shooter. So maybe Bart was defensive line. I don't know. Maybe he played football. He was tackling.
He had no fear. He was fearless.
No, he was fearless.
He was like, I'm
fight or flight.
Yeah, or freeze.
Or freeze.
Which one are you?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been in a situation, but I'm probably a freeze.
I saw this video that talked about if you are in any kind of situation, whether it's like that kind of situation or just like a real life, like you're having a confrontation.
You're
with
flight.
I'm freeze. I'm like, or flight for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to fight.
You're freeze, then flight.
Yeah.
I think I would freeze. And I'd have to process it, and then it would be over.
I feel like you fight.
I don't know.
I'll test it.
Okay. So Bart tackles the shooter.
Yeah.
And he sees that the shooter is in dark clothing, has a black ski mask. He didn't see any facial features, but he did see behind the ski mask that it is a white male. Now, after he tackles the shooter, they fought a little bit, and Bart gets shot, but he only gets shot in his shoulder. And after that, the shooter flees, takes off, runs off. Okay? Mm-hmm. Bart is able to call 911 because he's only shot here before he kind of passes out from shock or blood loss or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But this is a great neighborhood. So,
I mean, were they being burglarized? Like, what was missing?
See.
Was there some kind of door jam that was like bustled up or whatever? Like, was there a broken window?
Well, let's see, because neighbors also heard these gunshots, and gunshots do not happen in this neighborhood in Sugarland, Texas.
No.
Even after Master P moved into town.
Exactly.
So,
but it is Houston, so.
So neighbors called, and they had a great neighbor that he heard shots. His name is Cliff Stanley, and he's a younger guy. He lived at home with his parents, and he called 911, and then he decided to go to the rescue. He says, come on, Dad, let's go check on the Whitakers. So they went over to the Whitaker house, and they see Kent Whitaker, and he's kind of like on the porch, the daddy, in the doorway, but he's alive, and they are trying to do something to help him with his wounds, stop the bleeding, talking to him. And then they see the mom, which she's still alive, and they apply pressure. They're trying to stop the bleeding, but baby brother Kevin, it's too late for him. He was already dead, DOA on arrival. He was only 19 years old.
I mean, like, if I was
what are you thinking
murdered,
right now?
I'm thinking, like, I would want to die fast if I was murdered.
If he was murdered. Yeah.
Like
you don't want to slow.
I don't even want to know.
Painful.
I just want to be like.
Which is probably what happened to Kevin. Like, he just walked in, shot.
Yeah,
done.
you didn't even know it happened.
Yes.
Then you're just floating over your body like,
oh.
That's me.
So.
And then you haunt the house.
Then you haunt the house. Mm-hmm. So police and the EMTs get there, and the EMTs are like, who should we help first? Because you got 2 critical, you got 1 dead, and then you got Bart that was shot. He's not very critical. He was just kind of shot in the shoulder. So they care flight Mama Patricia in a helicopter, but she didn't make it. She died while in the air.
Oh.
Kent was rushed to the hospital, immediate surgery, and he ended up living. Bart was rushed to the hospital, immediate surgery. He ended up living. Okay, so we got 2 murders, 2 attempted murders.
Yeah.
Police are on it, Sugarland police. They're back at the crime scene, and they quickly realize that nothing was missing. This was not a robbery gone wrong. Throughout the house, drawers were pulled open, but they were kind of pulled open like perfectly, like 3 inches out. Each one, like perfectly pulled out. They weren't even really rustled through.
I feel like this was a hit job.
It sounds like
sounds a little targeted to me.
Yes, it does sound targeted, and that's what they're saying, because the gun actually came from inside the house. It was the Whitaker's gun.
Ma'am.
Brother Kevin, who died, little brother, that was his gun that was given to him by his brother Bart, and Kevin kept the gun in a secret safe in a crawl space in his room.
Sir, Bart. I knew it when you were first named Bart. It was going down from there.
That was exactly my words.
Yep,
we
lost you at Bart. We lost you at Bart. You gone. And then you got that damn Rolex. Come on.
Yes.
Why you get that Rolex?
So police were like, this was not a random stranger or robber. Nobody random that's just breaking into the house looking for stuff will even know of this secret safe and a secret crawl space that Kevin built on his own.
Okay.
And nothing else was missing.
Maybe Kevin had talked about it on Snapchat or TikTok. And he had a show about it or something. And he was like, look at my cool thing. And then somebody was like, I know exactly where to go.
Except for it's 2003.
Never. MySpace.
Maybe so.
Literally his space, his crawl space.
This is my crawl space. Well, police were like, this just doesn't seem random. It seems like
an inside
they
job.
Were targeted.
It does.
The Whitaker family was targeted.
Yes.
And in that safe that was pried open, there was bullets. But the bullets that were in the safe didn't match the bullets in the bodies and at the crime scene.
Oh.
So whoever broke in brought their own bullets, but not their own murder weapon. So they were halfway prepared.
Why would you bring only bullets?
And not a burner weapon, unless you knew exactly where to
It's
go.
A burner weapon.
And unless you knew exactly where to go for the murder weapon.
Can you put any bullets in any gun?
They have to be maybe the same type
I would
of bullets.
think so. So I would think you would need a gun. But he was going to use the other gun. This is confusing me.
What other gun? So he brought in bullets.
He brought in bullets.
He didn't use the bullets that were in the safe, but he did use the gun that was in the safe.
How do we know he brought in bullets?
Because the bullets that were
not the ones that were found in the safe.
Yes.
They were a different type.
They were a different type of bullets.
Okay.
Totally different bullets.
We're doing great.
Yeah. So police were like, nothing was taken out of the house. Nothing was taken out of the drawers. There was a lot of valuable things.
He didn't even take Bart's Rolex.
No, he didn't take Bart's Rolex off his wrist. He didn't take all the nice jewelry and diamonds and pearls that were in the house. Nothing.
It's real fishy.
And then how do you know where the secret safe is?
Exactly, because if it wasn't posted on MySpace, you wouldn't know about it. And I don't think he did.
So who would want this whole sweet, all-American, perfect Christian Whitaker family dead? And that's where the police are going now.
Who?
So they dig. And they dig. So they're looking into Daddy Whitaker.
Is there a disgruntled ex?
Is there a disgruntled
Is there a mistress?
Client?
A baby mama?
Is he working with the cartel
stealing
or the mafia?
Yeah, is this like a drug thing? Is he embezzling from his workplace? And they're like, is he like a secret FBI agent, undercover CIA, and he's getting attacked? Like, I don't know.
So 2 days after the killing, so the killing was on December 10th. Now it's December 12th, 2003. They get a tip. It's an anonymous tip. But this tipster told the police that,
Bartholomew.
He was not actually even enrolled at Sam Houston.
I called it!
That he had actually not been enrolled in the past 3 years. That he attended his freshman year.
I got my card back.
Fell out. And had not been since.
I knew it.
He had been lying this whole time.
Chandler Halderson. I knew it.
I was like, Caroline's totally fired if she does not make this connection. So imagine this big murder on the news in Sugarland in this area, and it's being reported that there's only 2 survivors and that this family just left a family dinner after celebrating the graduation of the son Bart. Okay? This is what's being reported on the news and in the article. Somebody, this is what I think, somebody that works at Sam Houston or that knows Bart is like, no, this motherfucker ain't about to graduate. He flunked out his freshman year. Let me call that tip line because something is not right.
Well, did they go to a graduation or not?
No, he was basically calling and saying, he called them to say, I just took my last midterm final. I get to graduate soon, or I am graduating. Like basically say, this is it. I'm over with
so he was about to do his walk
he was about
or whatever,
to graduate.
and so his
whole
whole story was about to crumble, so he had to kill him.
He had to kill him. Yeah, there was not a graduation. Sorry if I didn't make that clear.
No, yeah.
He was just saying, took my last final. I'm about to graduate. Yay.
Yay, give me a Rolex.
Got my bachelor's. So police bring Bart back in, and they're like, Bart, you's a liar.
Yeah.
Why are you are a liar, a straight mentiroso. Do you remember that song?
No, but it sounded really good.
So they ask him, like, what is the significance
What's going on, Bart?
of your lying?
Bartholomew?
And Bart admits immediately, yes, I lied.
Doesn't make you kill her.
I'm only lying to my dad. My mom knew the whole time. She actually helped me cover it up. So, because I'm imagining Dad giving Bart tuition money and Bart just spending it. So when you don't have a degree after you've been given 3 years worth of tuition money, somebody's going to be pissed. So Bart is saying Mom actually knew
because she's
about
the dead
this
one.
and helped me hide it because my dad, she wasn't ready to face my dad yet. But, Mom's dead, so they can't really corroborate that story.
They can't.
Another tipster came in, okay? Because this is all over the news. And this tipster's name is Adam. And Adam actually went to high school with Bart. Oh, no. Okay? And Adam said that
he had a sexual relationship with him.
Spring of 2001, that they were good friends, and Bart told Adam that he really, really wanted his parents to die. He was like, do you know how much my life would be better if my parents died? I would inherit all of their money and my dad's construction company, which the rule was you got to get a degree and then I'll give you the company.
I feel like that's an easy in. Like you could.
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal says
you literally made it. I guess that's what happens when you're like a nepo baby. I guess, and you have all the money.
Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. He tells his kids, "You don't get my money until you get a master's." That's just like his standard. So his dad was like, "You can have the business."
Keeping my ass in school.
Yes. What kind of GPA you want me to have, Daddy?
What you want? Come on.
What you want me to major in? But no, Bart, it wasn't good enough for Bart.
Mm-mm.
So he said that he didn't just tell Adam that. No. Yeah, he didn't just tell Adam that they actually had a whole plan that he presented to Adam. And he told Adam that he wanted to take his parents out to dinner, and then told Adam he can sneak in the house while they're gone, and that when they come in, Adam can shoot them as they're coming in the door. And he says, aim to kill my parents, so shoot them in the chest, but only shoot me in the arm, because if I'm injured, the police will not suspect me.
Adam, were you the shooter?
That's what police are saying.
I mean, he described it
perfectly. And police are like, this is our guy, because we didn't release all the details, and he knows a lot of the details. And so they're looking into Adam.
As they should.
First, they're like, I don't believe Bart. I don't know about Bart, but Adam, totally guilty. So they look into Adam, and they look for what's it called when you are supposed to be somewhere but you're not? Alibi. Yeah. And Adam had an airtight alibi. He was at work and was actually clocked in. So it was not Adam.
It was not.
But they're still questioning Adam, and they were like, well, Adam, is there anybody else that knows about this plan? And Adam was like, yes, our friend Justin. So Bart, Adam, and Justin. Look at these. I don't have friends like this, and I'm glad.
I know.
But it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Justin was a former college roommate. And so Justin actually knows about this plan, too, because Justin was supposed to be the getaway driver, I believe.
It's like this other story that I told the other day, whenever the dude was like, hey, bring your boat and let me bring all my boxes of my
and they're like, sure, bet.
Person I killed, and let's go dump him out. And like, okay. And then you tell like 14 other people.
Yeah.
What is these people doing?
Why? So police bring Justin in, and Justin's like, oh, yeah, we did. We had a plan to kill his parents, and this was December of 2000. So 3 years before it actually happened.
The whole that's what he was doing the whole time he wasn't in school.
Yeah, he was planning.
He was planning his murder
of
his parents.
That's why he flunked out. He was way too preoccupied with planning a murder. He went to dinner with his parents in December 2000. But he forgot to unlock the door for Justin. Okay? And Justin was like, well, we'll just break a window and go through the window. But Justin set off the alarm, and it went off, and it was really, really loud. So, abort mission. Abort mission. They took off running and went back in. So, Bart was actually pissed when he got home from dinner, and the family went in the house, and nobody shot his family up.
They did not have proper communication.
Plan, yeah. Bart, he dropped the ball. Now, this was allegedly the first time Bart tried to kill his parents. The second time was when Adam was involved. So he tried to get Justin to do it. Then he tried to get Adam to do it. And this was on April 5th, 2001. So the year after, so the December 2000 didn't work. That April, he tried to get another friend. He was like, Justin, you ain't worth it. Let me try to get Adam. But someone overheard them talking about their plan.
Oh, my gosh.
And called Kent and Patricia. So called Mr. and Miss Whitaker and was like, sir, ma'am, you should have named your kid Bart. Because, you know what? I overheard him planning your death. This is not funny. But we're making it funny to get through it. It's devastating. I actually teared up during this because you're going to feel horrible.
Oh, no.
So they told Kent and Patricia this. And so Kent and Patricia were like, let's confront Bart. This is concerning. So Bart was like, no, that was not it at all. That was not it.
No, you misunderstood.
We were drinking. We were just talking. And the Menendez brothers came up. And the
No! No.
Yes. He was like, we were talking about the Menendez brothers, and I was just basically like, they were stupid about it. They should have done this. They should have done this. And so Bart and Patricia, who I'm sure are just parents that did not want to think that of their kid, were like, okay, well, thank you, Jesus. That makes me feel better. I thought you were actually trying to kill us.
No. Oh, God.
And then what would it, I don't know, not one parent that would have been like, y'all come arrest my son. We think he tried to kill. Like, so I don't even blame them.
Could you don't
know
ever
their kid was a
like,
sociopath.
Maybe they should have. I did not pay enough attention to the kid. I don't know.
Sociopaths are really good, or narcissists. I don't know what he is, but they're really good about faking it.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So he was like, no, we were just drunk. Somebody took that conversation out of context. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that. No.
So they believed him, and they never brought it up again. So police now, they've talked to Adam, and they've talked to Justin, and they've confirmed with Sam Houston State that he was not even close to graduating.
Not even enrolled.
And so now Bart is the number one and only suspect. But they have no idea, like, who the shooter, like, who did he conspire with? Yeah. Now,
well, he talked to like 14 people, so
Bart has no idea that Adam and Justin has talked to the police. Bart is just, like, living his best life, probably like the Menendez brothers, and, like, spending mom and daddy's money and speaking at the funeral.
And Dad is still alive.
Dad is still alive.
Until he goes and suffocates him. Oh, my gosh. Continue.
So Bart is the number one suspect, and police have let him know that they are kind of zeroing on him, and they're putting more and more pressure. So Bart's now desperate, but still not arrested, and trying to cover his tracks, he randomly reaches out to Adam, tipster Adam, and he's like, hey, Adam, remember that time we talked about a plan? I need you to kind of pretend like I wasn't involved with that.
No.
And I'll give you $20,000 to shut up about it.
Oh, okay.
So Adam, who is the good guy that he is, called the police immediately and was like, hey, Bart called me and he's bribing me this money. And so police were like, partner with us. Go ahead and talk to him about it. Talk to him more and more and more. This happened on the Menendez brothers too. They tried to get one of the boys' best friends to work with them to try to catch them confessing. So he was like, tell them that you will go along with it, that you will not tell them that I was part of the plan, and ask them to mail the $20,000 to this P.O. box.
That's such a good plan. Wow.
And he does.
Oh, no.
But he doesn't put the address, like, he doesn't say, like, oh, to Adam from Bart Bartholomew Whitaker or whatever. So that is circumstantial. Even though there's a $20,000 check from him in there, how do we know that Bart sent it to him?
Oh.
So police, they're like, we need more. We still need more. We need to know who that second person is. We need to know who the shooter is. So see if you can talk to him. Call him. Befriend him. Talk to him. See if you can get him to tell you maybe who this other person is. Mm-hmm. So he never really said so-and-so was the shooter, but he kept talking about a friend named Chris.
How many damn people are involved?
So police questioned Chris, and they were like, Chris, where were you the night of December 10th, 2003? And how well do you know Bart? And Chris was like, oh, I was with my friend Stephen Champagne. We were out to dinner.
Yeah, I was also with Stephen Champagne.
Yeah, we were out to dinner. And so police were like, they somehow got Chris's prints. Okay, and they run the prints against the prints found at the crime scene. Chris's handprints were on the drawers, on the safe,
Chris,
and on the bullets.
Chris,
all in the house, all in the murder house.
No.
So they were like, Chris, we know you're lying.
No, Chris was having an affair with a mom.
Could have been.
Should have said it.
His prints were everywhere, so they're like, let's go talk to Stephen Champagne, because if Chris's prints were in the house, why is the Stephen Champagne guy saying Chris was with him? Why is he corroborating this fake alibi?
Maybe he was paid.
Well, turns out Stephen Champagne was a getaway driver. How many friends have agreed to kill your parents, Bart?
What? They're like planning to get a cut of all of this money that he's
promising them like millions.
The moon.
So they bring Stephen Champagne in, and Stephen cracks under pressure real quick.
Of course he did.
It's like, hey, you know what?
He's wearing his Sperry's and his khaki shorts and his
whatever
glasses with the little thing around. He's like frat daddy up in here. He cannot handle any pressure.
He's like, all I did was drive the getaway car. I really didn't even know what was going on. But it was all... What's the first guy? What's the other guy? Chris and Bart. And he gave the full confession. And so now they can arrest Bart. And it is June of 2004. So it happened December. So it's about 6-ish months later.
Yeah.
So... now they can arrest Bart because they have all these friends. They have Adam, they have Justin, they have Steven, and they have Chris. So that's a lot of friends that you have tried to convince to kill your parents and that you have bribed. So June 2004, and they get ready to go get Bart, but they can't find Bart.
Oh, hell.
Bart's car
on the run.
Was found abandoned on the side of the road, and it was still running. So, turns out, Bart was at home. Dad was at home. He stole $10,000 from his dad that he tried to kill and didn't kill and took off. And where do you think he went?
The damn casino or something. New Orleans.
So, he actually...
probably went to damn McDonald's or something, someplace stupid. Where'd he go?
Turns out that a friend came forward and said that Bart sold him his ID for $3,000, and Bart is now living under the name of Rudy Rios in Mexico.
Oh my gosh. Bart is like... Bart, you did not plan this out very well at all. You've involved 17 people.
But did he? Because Bart is not found for a year. He is in Mexico. He gets a girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
He joins a church, probably Catholic church. He probably goes to confession all the time.
Oh, for sure. He's probably the preacher.
He gets a job at a furniture store. And he is living this simple, mediocre life with his girlfriend, the family. His girlfriend asked about his scar on his shoulder where he was shot, and he was like, "Oh, I was in the war."
Oh my God!
That was from Afghanistan. Never mind that. Those are war wounds.
What idiot girl believes these stories? What is happening?
He said that he
How
didn't
gullible
have much
could you
family.
be? Oh my gosh.
I think he said he was adopted, or he had some sad story about his family, and that he just. It's
I would
just him.
never fall for that.
Well, she did, and he just had a whole new life in Mexico, and it was a good life. It was simple.
Okay,
Simple good
Caitlin
life.
Armstrong. At least he lasted longer than she did. She only lasted 6 months.
Yes. Well, damn, Caitlin.
Oh.
Because she
even got a nose job.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was 6 months.
Yeah, I think.
So,
She had a boyfriend, too.
all his friends are about their money because Bart is missing, and I'm sure he's like all over the news, and now there's this reward money out. It's probably like America's Most Wanted or something. Reward money out for Bart Whitaker. So Rudy Rios, who had sold his ID for $3,000, was like, oh,
Rudy
let me go and get this 15 or 20 or however much it was. Let me go and call the police up and say, I might have given him my ID. I didn't really know, but he's living under the name Rudy Rios, and I know he's in Mexico, so run me my money. So Rios gets paid twice. He gets paid from Bart.
There you go. Rudy's smart.
He is. He just got rich off of Bart being a dumbass.
Uh-huh.
So they get a warrant. And they work with Mexican authorities, U.S. authorities, Mexican authorities, and they arrest him in front of his girlfriend, probably at his boring furniture store.
Yes.
And he is walked over the border into Laredo. So he's arrested in Mexico for immigration because you're living under the wrong identity in their country. And then you get walked over to Laredo, and the U.S. authorities arrest him for capital murder. This is September of 2005. So it's been 2-ish years.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, right? Because the killing happened in 2003
yeah.
since the murders. Now, trial is set for March of 2007. They tried to give him a plea deal because they're like, Bart, all signs point to you. Take this plea deal. And Bart's like, no, not guilty. Let's go to trial.
Okay.
That pisses me off. It's like a Sarah Boone. Like, that pisses me off. What can you possibly say?
Abuse, apparently.
Yeah.
It don't work, though. Well, it works for women, but not men. Because it works for Casey Anthony, but doesn't work for the Menendez brothers.
Yeah, maybe so. So his friends testified. So here's the trial. His friends testified about all the previous plans. So all the friends got up there and they were like, this is my plan. This is what he told me to do. This is the plan.
Bart, you told too many people.
One of the friends talked about another alternative plan where Bart wanted the murder to actually happen at the family lake house during like a family gathering where they would set the lake house on fire, burn his brother up, his parents up, and extended family members, and Bart would burn himself up just enough to come out the house on fire, kind of blazing, so that they would never suspect him.
Okay.
How?
Bart.
Obviously, that plan would hurt too much.
I don't even know what to say about Bart anymore.
I feel like he was down for the count. Like
how did the parent? How did we not know who he was? Like, did we not see any signs, or we just?
His eyes are very empty, though.
Oh.
So I also feel like he was dedicated to the cause, because all scenarios he was willing to get shot or burnt up or something.
I would not want to be like, okay, I'm going to plan to get shot, and then you have to like, ugh.
But nobody else has done that. Everybody else is like, just kill them. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. He's at least trying to go to, I don't know.
Because he obviously is a psychopath. More than a sociopath. He's a psychopath.
They all said that all plans were motivated by money. He had, parents had like this $1 million policy. They were worth $1.4 million. They had a construction company. All you had to do is take 4 semesters of college.
Oh my gosh.
4 semesters of college.
And you didn't even do it right. Your dad's still alive. You dumbass.
You failed.
God.
So the defense
hell.
actually didn't say he didn't do it. They weren't trying to say that Bart was innocent. They didn't try to like pin it on anybody else. They were just like, you should go easy on Bart because he changed. When he moved to Mexico, he lived a very humble, simple life, doing a mediocre job for mediocre money, and he was happy, and he went to church, and he repented his sins, and he went to confession.
They found Jesus. They all do.
So go easy on him.
Yeah.
Go easy on him. And so Daddy Whitaker, so Kent, this whole time, right? He's just sitting in the background, and he's like, what is happening with my life, with my son? Is this really real? He gets on the stand and he testifies for his son, and he basically begs the jury not to send his son to the death chamber.
Oh my gosh.
He says, I forgave him and everybody that was involved. They were very devout Christians.
I mean, I know that is hard to not. That is. But
and
then
it's
you're like, he's going to try to kill you again.
If he didn't try to, oh my goodness. 4, how many times? 3, 4 times?
Don't, like
he's heard all
don't
this.
beg for, you can beg for him not to be death penalty or killed, but like, he needs to go to jail, obviously.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. He was saying, don't kill my son. And you got to think about it. He lost his whole family.
Exactly.
His son is who he has left of any normalcy.
Yeah, so he's just like, punish him, but you don't have to send him to death.
Don't kill him. But I think there was something else behind that. So, jury deliberated for 2 hours only. And they came back with guilty. That was probably lunch, bathroom break, smoke breaks.
Smoke break.
They were like, sure, send some pictures
break.
in.
Yeah.
Now, the judge had to do the sentencing part, and it took him 10 hours because Dad was really appealing, convincing, but Judge came back and he was like, death! You were sentenced to death. Oh. So he was like 24, 25 years old, sentenced to death for killing his whole family. Now, Daddy Kent was devastated, and he tried and tried and tried to get appeals. He went to the media and begged for like the attention of the governor to
overturn or something.
Overturn his death sentence or commute his death sentence. He wrote letters. He did it all for years and years and years. Now, while Bart was in prison, he actually did a class action lawsuit against the prison, him and some other prisoners, and against the state of Texas for how their living conditions are on death row, sir.
I thought that was the best. You had the best conditions.
But how privileged is he?
Yes.
How privileged is he?
Because I've always heard the death row people are like treated, because you're not in like with all the tons and tons of other people, and you're kind of like
and get your meals. You're by yourself. You get some privileges. It's probably the best way to be in jail. Maybe lonely, but he also obtained his bachelor's degree from Adams State University. You should have done
that shit before you.
And he was summa cum laude, so he's a very smart kid.
Oh my gosh!
And then he got his master's from California State University and was summa cum laude, all while on death row. So how guilty are you really? If you can like focus enough to get your bachelor's and get your master's. I don't know. If I'm death row and I know I'm going to be dying, I don't think I'd be worried about something that ain't going to matter.
I know. Maybe he just... I don't know. I couldn't do that, so I don't know.
He also wrote a book.
Oh, my... Of course he wrote a book.
It's called Those Who Fear Hell Will Run Towards It. And it's sold on Amazon in the memorabilia section. He was not allowed to make any money off of it.
Oh, good.
But on February 22nd, 2018, it was D-Day for him, for Bart. His dad was devastated. He visited him one last time. They spoke through a glass window, and they both put their hand on the window because this would be the last time they would see and speak to each other. His dad told him everything that he thought he needed to tell him and how much he loved him and ministered to him. And then Bart was taken down, strapped to the gurney, awaiting the lethal injection. And then the phone rang.
No!
And it was Governor Greg Abbott. And he decided to commute his death sentence to life.
Why 40 you gotta wait till
minutes. To torture him. If I was commuting somebody, I would do it too. I would say I would do it 7 seconds before. Right before they push the dang button.
But at least give the dad heads up before. Now you put the dad through all this roller coaster.
I know the dad's been through so much.
They need to have a limit. They need to be like, you can only save them if it's 3 days before. You can't wait till the very last day. That is
just think.
They strapped him up and everything. They
strapped him up.
Did they
I was going to say shaved his head.
Besides that one guy they killed?
Yeah, Texas kills people all the time. This never happens in Texas.
Really?
Texas is just like, go on, get it done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This was all over the news. So Kent Whitaker,
oh my gosh,
was obviously happy. And he wrote a book called Murder by My Family. It's the incredible story of a son's treachery and a father's forgiveness. And it was his perspective on how his family was shot up and then how he was thinking and feeling when it was slowly unraveling that his kid was the culprit of everything. Since being taken off death row, Bart has done a lot of writings, won some awards, and he has started a prison blog.
Oh, well, let's read it. Way to go, Bart.
And that is it.
Suck.
That is it. That is it. That is it.
I cannot.
Can you imagine that, Dad?
No.
I think he didn't want his son to die. One, because obviously that's who he has left in his family. But two, he knew if his son died, his son would go straight to hell because he's a believer. Mm-hmm. So if his son lives a little bit longer, maybe he will repent. Maybe he'll do like Jeffrey Dahmer did and be genuine and make his way to heaven where their family can be together again. I don't know. That was my thinking behind it.
And he didn't get any of the money after all that. And he's stuck in.
He lost it all.
All he had to do was graduate out of college.
Yes.
That's it. No. Some people just always want to take the hard way. Okay?
I don't. And you've been wanting this since high school. Like, you've been planning this since high school. Really, because you didn't want to go to college. Thought he was taking the easy route.
You could have just not gone to college, and I'm sure you still would have got the money or the job.
Yeah, just go build some houses. You would have learned the trade that way. I don't know.
He was pissed because his name was Bart.
It's all because his name is Bart.
Wow.
I don't even think that was his real name.
It's probably Bartholomew.
No, it was short for something else. It was like Philip, but they called him Bart or something. But
I'm going to go with Bartholomew.
That's even worse.
The worst name possible.
Even worse.
What a story.
I know.
Wow.
Another kid family annihilator.
Another Filicide?
Familicide? Either
side is fine.
It's horrible.
It's awful, and I kind of wish he would have died.
Yeah. And he went to Baylor.
And he's still alive. And he has a blog, so let's read the blog.
Okay.
Good story, good story. Next week, where are we going? Don't know.
We'll figure it out then.
Next week.
All right, y'all. Send this to a friend. And don't forget to
stay aware.
And stay alive.
And always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.